is going, and alrighty. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to today's live stream for July 2nd, 2024. We are going to go ahead and get this started very soon. Just give me about a minute or so, and we've got a lot to cover in today's live stream. So please do stick around for all the action in today's segment, okay? Okay, today's live stream, guys, we are using the TikTok desktop version. So hopefully you guys will have a full view today of the desktop that I have rather than me streaming on a cell phone. So yeah, today's segment is a little bit different than what I've done in the past because I finally got this thing to work in a live mode. With the what do you call it, TikTok desktop app right there. So let's go ahead. We're going to kick this bad boy off, guys, and we got a lot to cover, so let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
All right, guys, fantastic. Welcome back to today's live trading this afternoon. This is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. I hope you guys have had a fantastic morning today. Algo Man here. We're going to dive into today's session, and we're going to be looking at some crucial dynamics affecting our trading landscape, particularly focusing on the intriguing world of zero-day to expiration options and how they influence market movements. Okay, so we're going to gear up for a detailed exploration of that. We're going to see how the CYMO Pro has performed in today's Chop Fest and see if it caught any moves to the upside. Okay, so we're going to be doing that today. Again, this is the first time I'm using the TikTok studio to broadcast this with a full view right here of both screens. If you prefer YouTube, we're on there too right now doing the live stream as well. So today's session, we're seeing some interesting shifts influenced by major corporate news and some economic data. But beyond these, immediate factors, there's a deeper underlying factor that is affecting markets. Obviously the market's going to be closed Thursday. Tomorrow you've got a half day, so you've got 0 day to expiration options, which hold significant strategic value for us traders. Okay, so we're going to spend a little bit of time right now going over that, and I'll be sharing some things here on the chart. Let me just go ahead and minimize this right here so you guys could see what it is that I am talking about right here. All right, so you guys can follow along. So let's unpack why 0 day to expiration options are a key focus for traders. All right, so these options, guys, what they essentially do is they reveal where large open interest positions are being placed on options expiring the same day. So if you notice right here on my chart, this is a 7-minute chart of the Qs. All right, I've got all these different colored lines right here, and these represent different levels of open interest. The gray line right here at 481.92 represents the spot price for the Qs today. The 484 level represents the call resistance that you had, basically a call wall. You've got 0 day to expiration puts down here, and so forth and so on. Each one of these lines is going to be representative of something else. The blue line up here at the 486.41 level represents the 1 day maximum expected move based on specifically option open interest. All right, so here's why this matters, guys. These options right here that are highlighted in different colors, they highlight critical price levels where significant open interests lie, and so they basically act as potential support or resistance points throughout the day. So understanding these can help us anticipate barriers or breakthrough points that can potentially help us with our setup or trading decisions. Okay, also you have what's known as the pinning effect that can draw the stock price towards a strike price with heavy open interest as the expiration approaches. Okay, this is driven by option sellers aiming to maximize their gains by keeping the stock close to these strike prices where most options would expire worthless. Also, we've got increased volatility as expiration nears. So volatility spikes around these strike prices due to last minute position adjustments, and this can also create short-term trading opportunities for the astute observer. So for those of us in day trading or short-term strategies, these insights right here allow us to plan our trades more effectively. Basically positioning around expected movements that could be caused by these expirations. All right, so you could use these as a guide for that. Right, so how do we use this information effectively? That is really the key question right there. How do we use this information effectively? Okay, and here's where our CYMO Pro indicators shine. So by integrating data right here, as you see, on 0 day to expiration options, the CYMO Pro helps us identify high probability entry and exit points, which enhance our trading approach amidst the market noise. Okay, so let's look at some live examples from today's session and analyze how these levels have actually influenced market behavior. The Sauce, good day. Welcome back, man. We're glad to have you, and welcome back to everyone, too. Now, if you noticed, right here, right about the open of the market, price was right around the high volume level that had been recorded for high open interest positions, right about the 945 bar. Price just shot up right to the spot price at 481.92. And from the spot price, it just oscillated until it actually moved up to the call wall. And look what happened here at the call wall, okay? You had dealers push it down, price came up, and they pushed it down again. You see this? And as the day progressed, price just started gradually moving up. And when it hit the call wall here, the moment that price typically goes above the call wall, you have a short squeeze. Very classic short squeeze took place right here, which pushed price up, and it's pushing it very close to the one-day maximum moving target of 486.41. Again, all based on option open interest, guys. Okay, so looking at this and going back to our CYMO Pro charts. Now we've got here, is that it right there? Here we go. That's the 4-minute, and we've got the 15-minute right there. All right. I don't have these lines drawn on a 15-minute chart because those levels are specifically for the Qs. All right. Soon, I think there's going to be a program to draw them here. That someone's coming up with, to my knowledge, to have them on the Qs themselves. I'd rather have them on the, on the NQ. I'd rather have them on the Qs, which is fine. It's just a different chart, okay? But if we look at what happened here in the morning, okay? Market opens up in the morning, right here. Cycle is going down, okay? It's kind of flat right there about the 9:45 bar, 10 a.m. bar right here. You've got momentum, just went into the highway right there, all right? There's no trade at this point, right here, okay? Right here, there's no trade to go long just yet. But as soon as the cycle, okay, comes around over here at around 10:45 and crosses, you see there's a little cross right there to the zero line, and momentum being elevated, this is an entry to go long, okay? This entry could have been taken all the way till about, I would say, 11:45. 11:45 right there, when the cycle reverted right back down to the zero line right there. So this was the 11:45 bar. Okay, keep that in mind. And we're going to go back, and we're going to have a peek at the 11:45 bar over here. Okay, your 11:45 bar was exactly, boom, give or take, this is a 7-minute chart, that's your 11:43 candle right there. Look at that and look at it carefully, because that candle that you're looking at right there on your chart, guys, represents the absolute top of that morning move. Okay? And I hope you're paying attention. That candle right there is exactly when you saw the cyan line cut down and touch the zero line on the CYMO Pro indicators right there. That bar. And where is that bar? That bar is right at the call wall, at the 484 strike price. Wow! Isn't that amazing? I'm just going to let that sink in. So what happened afterwards? You had a little retracement in price. We had a little retracement in price, and then price just went right back up. Let's see how that played out again with the 15-minute candle chart right here. Okay, this level right here that I'm showing you right there at 11:45, right here. Now that I've got both charts side by side, this level right here is this candle right here at the 484 call wall. Pretty incredible. Then what happens? Okay, you had a little pullback in price. This little pullback in price was this right here on the 7-minute time frame. Okay, there was really no entry to go long on this, even though you had momentum falling and cycle falling, because cycle did an about face right here. There was no continuation to the downside, and you would have seen this about face right here at this candle right here. So you would not have taken this to the long side. Okay, cycle kinked up, and if cycle kinks up with momentum still elevated, okay, this is potentially a setup to go long again. All right, you had one cyclic rotation right here that ended this upside, and potentially you might have another cyclic rotation, but let's see what happened. Okay, it hit the zero line right here at 1300. Okay, 1 p.m. Let's see where 1 p.m. was at on this chart over here. Okay, your 1 p.m. candle was right here. Okay, right below the call wall. Okay, how did you know, with a call wall being right above you, that price would potentially take off to the upside? So you're watching this. You've got these lines, right? And you're wondering if price is going to make a reversal. And I just showed you how CYMO caught the reversal at this bar. If you're here at the 1 p.m. bar and you're looking at this, where do you think price is going to go based off what you see on the CYMO? Okay, so you're looking at this bar right here, 1 p.m. And you're looking at your CYMO right here. This is the 1 p.m. bar. Please, please tell me in the comments, where do you think price was going to move? I don't know where SPY's going to end the day today. I mean, I don't trade SPY, and so I have no opinion on it. So come on, guys. We're trying to make this as interactive as possible for you. If you've got a 1 p.m. bar right here, okay, it's going up slightly. Well, it's at 1 p.m., yes, there was a move that was going to push this thing up slightly. And if you're right here at 1 p.m., and you've got cycle right here at the start line, at the zero line, this is going to take off to the upside. And that's exactly what happened right here at 1 p.m. Look, price just came up, 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 boom. The moment that cycle fell down, that's the end of it, guys, right there. Look, that hit the top right there. What happened? 1 p.m. bar right here, price just ripped to the upside. And not only did it rip to the upside, but it got pretty dang close to this one-day moving max mark of at 486.41 on the Qs, which is precisely right there, right when cycle dropped. I mean, how much more accurate? Look, I'll tell you right now, if you're not convinced that you can make money with the CYMO, you shouldn't be trading at all. At all. I mean, you should just go get a day job at McDonald's or something, you know, because you'll probably make more money there than you will using outdated tools provided by your broker dealer. Because I just showed you right now, guys, the precise entry and exit points perfectly nailed with surgical precision using the CYMO Pro indicator this morning. And even right now, right there. Okay? Perfectly nailed the top right there. Very close to the 486.41 level. Okay? That was it. That was the end to your little upside rotation for the afternoon session. Now, what's interesting right now, I'll give you this. What's interesting right now in this very moment as I'm speaking is that momentum just went into the highway right there. Okay? So it's going to be very, very interesting to see if price continues the trend component to the upside with momentum being elevated as it is. Okay? And if that happens, then you're probably going to see a move up higher in price beyond the 486.41 level. Okay, so that is to watch for right now. So that's how to apply and use the CYMO Pro indicators in these type of markets, guys. It's a tool designed to capture these type of moves with surgical precision. Now, if you want to obtain these levels I've got on the chart here, feel free to head over to my Discord channel because I've got them posted there. And you can just grab them and post them on your chart as well. But these are only for the Qs, okay? Do you normally do 30-minute? No. This is actually a 15-minute chart. This is a 7-minute chart that I use to plot these levels, and I use a 4-minute chart as well, which we haven't gone over yet today. But I don't do 30-minute candles. They just serve no purpose in my trading plan. Doesn't mean they're not effective. It just means that I really don't care for them. Let's see where I've got my... I know I've got a 4-minute here somewhere. Let me see where it is. Dang it. Here it is, right here. Okay, let's look and see how the 4-minute performed today, guys. I know you love the 4-minute chart, so I will go ahead and delve into that bad boy right now. Okay. Right out of the gate, guys. Right out of the gate. Yesterday, by the way, was a very noisy afternoon. I hope you guys took the day off and went out and played golf or something, because it was a very noisy day to trade the markets yesterday afternoon. Okay, so here we go. Right out of the gate today, guys, about 9:38, you had momentum had just tanked right there. And you had the cycle going up right here, okay? Cycle really didn't start from a level of extremity. So in other words, it didn't start down here, and it didn't start up here. It started kind of in the middle right there. So you had a move, okay, to the upside. And we know that if it extends to this level, you're not going to take a long trade, because this is typically when it's stretched to the extreme, like when you stretch a rubber band all the way from one end to the other, you're going to have the elastic effect where it snaps back, right? So you've had this thing, just roll back right here, and sure enough, it rolled back, and that was the end of this chop fest right here in the early morning session of the market, which would have been probably some of this right here that you're looking at on the 15-minute chart. This right here was a collection of all these bars there. 7 years of experience. Trust me, the market is rigged for retail traders. 99% will fail. Yeah, a good number of them will, especially if they're using very outdated tools in the market to trade. So there is an element of truth in that. I know some very successful day traders but a lot of them aren't very successful. They're using, garbage tools. But hey, that's a different topic. I don't want to go off topic here. So what happened here, guys? Okay, we had another reversal to the upside over here. Boom, right there. Whenever you get these crossings like this, that's the end of it right there. Okay. Cyclic rotation number one, right here. If you notice that, cyclic rotation number one. Why? Because momentum went into the highway. And if momentum goes into the highway, you're still going to have an element of pressure to the upside, okay? Cycle number one, it goes into the highway. Cycle number two, you get out of the highway, you get out of the trade, okay? Very simple. There was another trade here too, and then we've got this rip right here that goes up, all right? So if you were looking at this to go to the long side, for the second round, I think it was at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. right here. I do like one count before jumping in. Okay. Yeah, so 1 p.m. right here. Here we go, right here, guys. 12:58. 12:58. You can confirm this right here. 1 p.m., which was 12:58, right there. Momentum is roaring in the highway to the upside, okay? Cycle number one right there, okay? And this is the beginning of cycle number two to end your upside, which pretty much ended at 14:02 right there. And since then, the market has just kind of wobbled to the side. There you go, okay? That's your 4-minute time frame. For today so far. Now remember, I told you guys this thing just went into the trend component of price. This is getting a little bit right there. We'll see where it goes right now. So you may have another cyclic turn before this is actually completed for today's session. But this was it right here, guys. Boom, to nail the upside. And here we are, just in case you guys are following along with everything I am sharing with you right now. Look at this. This bar right here was the absolute top, and then just went sideways, and just this bar came back up to about the same level. So there you are right there, There you are, my friends. I hope this is making a lot of sense in the way that I am sharing this with you today. So I'd really love to hear your thoughts or questions about trading with zero date expiration options or any other inquiries you might have. This is your time to get clarity and deepen your understanding of these complex dynamics. So also, if you're keen to dive deeper into this type of trading approach with high precision trading tools like the CYMO Pro, don't forget to sign up for our 7-day free trial of CYMO Pro. Also, we welcome you to join our Discord to continue the discussion and share your trading experiences. Always love to see what you guys are up to with the tools that you guys are using. And so feel free to share some of the wins we've got a channel to discuss daily wins right there, which is always fun. And you can also check out today's gamma expiration levels that were posted there to enhance your trading toolkit. Okay, that's something that we post there on a daily basis. All right, guys, and thanks for the follows as well and the likes. I definitely do appreciate that very much. Okay. So as I said, guys, feel free to share your thoughts or questions with regards to 0 day to expiration options, or any other questions you guys might have about the CYMO Pro indicator that you can grab on NinjaTrader. Okay. So for you guys who are just joining now, what I did at the very beginning of this session is I went over how the CYMO Pro perfectly nailed the upside in today's move. Not only that, but how did it coincide with the levels that are posted for 0 day to expiration gamma levels on this chart here on the right. Okay? So I went over that. I'll tell you one thing, you know, when you look at these 0 day to expiration option levels, guys, these are really good to help you make strategic decisions, okay? For day traders and those involved in high frequency trading, understanding where significant option open interest lies in 0 day to expiration options provides a real tactical advantage, okay? It allows you to strategize entry and exit points more effectively, you know, obviously leveraging expected movements or stability around these levels, okay? Traders might position themselves to take advantage of short-term price movements that are caused by the closing of positions around heavily concentrated stock prices, okay? I'm sorry, strike prices. So this is important to look into in the context of putting together a robust trading system for yourselves, guys, okay? Not only that, but also knowing where large open interests are located can also inform you about potential liquidity hotspots, all right? Such as where you had the call wall right here. And all of a sudden, we just had a squeeze to the upside. How amazing is that, right? So that's important, okay? Because these options with higher open interest generally provide better liquidity, which can lead to, obviously, tighter bid-ask spreads and better execution for trades. So this is particularly important, guys, for traders that are looking to enter or exit large positions without significantly impacting the price. So there's a lot of detail that I can share about this, but I definitely encourage you guys to do a little research yourself, and you can plot these on a chart and see how they correlate with the entry and exit points provided to you by the CYMO Pro indicators, and you might have something good right there if you did. So now I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on today's market? Please type it in the comment box. And also, how do you plan to spend your 4th of July holiday? Let's make this interactive, guys. Feel free and share your thoughts in the comment box. And also drop your questions and thoughts in the chat as well. Yes, yeah, you're right, Vivian. The briefing was very unsure today. There were some factors influencing sentiment, but there wasn't any real clarity that you can say, okay, yeah, the market is going to do this or that. It was one of those days where the reading on the market was kind of iffy. I've got the CYMO set to 11 right here on the 15-minute, which has perfectly caught both upside trades today, which is nice for days when there's a little bit of uncertainty in the market. Okay, great. Fantastic. Good, good, good. And that's typically how I approach it too. You know, if I feel that there is a day where there's going to be uncertainty, which leads to very cyclic days, and remember, guys, these are cycles right here of different lengths. You know, very cyclic day like this, I'll use something that is very responsive to the cyclic movements in price. Now, for those of you who are if this is your first time tuning in and you're not sure how to interpret or what market cycles are, I've got a great article that you can read for free if you just go to the link in my bio, click on it, and just click on what are market cycles, and you'll get a very good article that was written by a good friend of mine that will give you a tutorial on what market cycles are. Okay, so days like today's, guys, just remember at the outset right there, the end right here. This was right here. This was this bar. The end, okay? Got very near to the 486.41. Done. And remember, this is not a setup to go short right here. Market at around this time, 2:41 in the afternoon, could consolidate sideways, so be careful. And if this does drop, it'll probably drop back to the 484 level right around here if it does retrace any amount. So we'll see how that shakes out. Hey guys, don't forget to join the Discord for ongoing discussions and to access exclusive resources like the gamma expiration levels. And if you've had successful trades using CYMO, I encourage you to share those in our daily wins channel. And for those looking for personal guidance, join me tomorrow for the one-on-one sessions, and make sure that you've signed up because I've only got like 2 spots left. That's it. And by the end of this stream, they'll be gone. So send me a message through Skype or to support@thealgotrader.live, and we'll try to squeeze you in because I'm at the point where I've only got 2 spots left, and they will go fast for tomorrow's one-on-one sessions. My experience, I'll be straight up and honest with you guys, is that traders who take me up on the offer to do the one-on-ones, and guys, we're not charging anything extra to do these one-on-one sessions. We're doing it because we want you to be successful using the CYMO Pro indicators, okay? But I have found that traders who take the time to ask Q&A and do these one-on-one sessions have a much higher success rate at using the CYMO Pro indicators than those who use the indicators and then try to figure everything out themselves. Because every time I get on a session, there's always something that needs to be either adjusted on a chart, or something's wrong with the settings that you've set, or you're using the wrong time frame, or whatever. You know, we always get that squared away during these sessions, but you know, if you're one of those that's using it and you haven't done the one-on-one session, I highly encourage you to take me up on the offer because you will get value from it and it will improve your trading outcomes. So, just some food for thought. Okay, so I'm going to go over this again because it's already 2:44 and the market's just kind of wobbling sideways. Oh, you know what? We have 1 more minute for bar change. So let me just hang out real quick and see what the market's going to do in this last minute here. Okay. Okay, we just had bar change, and what just happened, guys? We had bar change, and please tell me, what are you seeing on your chart? Right here. Excellent. I look forward to your questions tomorrow. Absolutely. It's always fun talking to you guys as well. I really enjoy these one-on-one sessions, and you guys are absolutely fabulous as well. You do come up with excellent questions, and the conversations we have are insightful and meaningful, and so it's always good to hear feedback. Okay, what's going on here? Let's go back to the trade desk. Okay, this is right there at the 486.41 level, all right? And you've got a cycle component right here. It looks like the end of the first cycle of a trend. Exactly, right there. First cycle momentum is flat right there, okay? And this was cycle number 1, okay? Typically, when you see this happen on a 15-minute time frame, such as what we saw right here, look, okay? Cycle number 1 of this little component of the trend right here, okay? You typically have some either reversal if momentum continues going up, or you've got sideways trading. So at 2:46 in the afternoon, yeah, it's something to watch out for, but this is not a setup yet to go short. Not yet. And if we look at our 4-minute, where is our favorite 4-minute chart? Right here. Is it this one? This is YM. Could it be that one? I don't know which one it is. Hang on, guys. It sunk somewhere. Anyway, it'll come back when I find it right now. Okay, I've got the YM up. All right, I don't know what happened to my 4-minute chart. It's just sunk right there. I actually should move it to the side. I'll find it in a bit and I'll put it up. Yeah, this is a trade station chart right here. This is definitely a trade station chart right here. And this is a trade station chart of the QQQ on a 7-minute time frame. That's what this is right here. And the reason this chart is being looked at today is because we were doing a comparison today on the entry points on the 15-minute relative to this chart over here. Okay? And what we noticed is right around the 10:30 mark, we noticed the first entry to the long side right around the 10:45 bar right here. And the 10:45 bar was this bar right here. Okay? This bar right here. And this came all the way up till you had your cyclic crossing at the 11:45 bar, which was precisely this bar right here, which was exactly at the call wall that you see right here. It was this bar. Okay, that's where your trade ended right there when the CYMO hit the crossed the zero line right there. So that was this bar right here on the 7-minute time frame. Okay? What we are talking about right now is we are talking about how the CYMO Pro indicator here on the 15-minute time frame coincided with the 0-day to expiration gamma levels on this 7-minute time frame for the QQQ. And we're illustrating how the beginning trade and ending trade perfectly coincided with the gamma expiration levels right here on the chart. This was the beginning of the cycle right here at over here. Sorry, it was this bar at 10:45. This was the 10:45 candle right here. And that ended right there at the call wall. You had a reversal, which was this reversal right here, okay? And then right at about, I would say, 1 p.m., you had the second leg of the trade to the upside, okay? 1 p.m. was right here, okay? It was this. It was actually this bar, this little bar right here. This was your 1 p.m. candle, which was right here, okay? And this just ripped all the way to the upside till cycle just kinked down right there, that was the end of that, which was this candle right here. Okay? And so right now what you're seeing is another cyclic rotation that's probably going to go like this and maybe come up because momentum is elevated right here. All right? This thing just went up above the 486 level, and this was the one-day moving mark, the max moving mark to the upside right there. So that's what I am looking at right now on these charts. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there was one other level here that is not being shown. It's all the way up here. And I believe that was at 487. Yes, must have been at 487. This one right here, yes. You can grab it either directly at NinjaTrader, or you can get it, it's called a CYMO Pro. You can get it at NinjaTrader on their ecosystem, or you can get it directly from the link in my bio. If you go to the link in my bio, you click on CYMO Pro Indicators, it'll take you straight to the landing page. Or if you prefer just grabbing it directly on NinjaTrader, just type up CYMO Pro on the ecosystem and it'll bring it up for you right here. And you can take it for a 7-day test drive and test it yourself. Okay? Bingo, right there. Got your 4-minute chart back up. It was actually hidden. There you go, guys, right there. And what's happening right now in the 4-minute, guys, this thing just, look at this. Remember, this zigzag is a no-go zone right there. And you guys who know me know that this is an area right here where you don't want to place any trades, okay? This area right here is just noise, okay? Steam popped back up all the way to the upside, and we'll see if it reverts to the downside right now. But, you know, the upside swing right now does seem to be strong, given that momentum is still elevated here. So keep an eye on this, okay? And hey guys, I just want to say thanks for being a great crowd. You guys are absolutely awesome. I totally appreciate the support. and you guys sticking with me and being here on a daily basis, watching different trade setups and looking for opportunities using the CYMO Pro. I really enjoy the time I spend with you guys. And you know, I say that because I know you guys have a lot of options, and there's a bunch of people, both on TikTok and YouTube, streaming what they're doing. So, if you're looking at this, you're looking at the 4-minute. Is this area right here, let me just get the pointer. Is this right here a long entry? Right here. If you see cycle go all the way up here, is this a long entry? That's right. I'd say hell no, it's not a long entry. It's an entry if you want to lose money. Definitely not a long entry. No. And this wasn't a long entry either, right here. This is just noise. Have you ever see this thing zigzag like this and trade within this little region of like plus 20 and minus 20? Right here you can even draw two lines to keep you out of trades like this. So whenever it zigzags like this, you can draw two reference points at like, I think it's 0.20 and negative 0.20 right here. You can draw two reference points and just fill it with red and just say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to trade in this region right here because this is chop. And that's just an idea I'm putting out there for you guys. Yeah, the idea I said was to put a reference line just like this, okay, right here at 0.20 and negative 0.20, and just fill it in with red. And these are just like no-go zones right here, or make it gray or whatever. This would be a no-go zone where you don't take trades when you see this type of price action, okay? Because you will get chopped up. And this is not a long entry right here. This is a potential reversal, which just happened right there. Waiting to happen. Look, here's another one of those chop zones right here. Right here. Here's another one right here. You see that? Okay. Cycle was coming down, then it shot up and came down. This little zigzag right here is no-go zone right here, guys. Be careful with this. This right here is chop. And sure enough, you could tell it was chop right here. Look. From this bar all the way here. Nothing but chop. Nastiness. So right now on the 15-minute, momentum is still flat right here. It's still elevated, guys. It is still elevated. So look it. If cycle comes back around and it does one of these to the upside, okay, with momentum still elevated, this is going to continue going up. All right? And obviously, to take that trade, you want to make sure your cycle is all the way down. Okay? Like this. Bottoming out. This was yesterday. Yesterday was nasty. And also be mindful, when you have these type of rotations right here, okay, if you want to really get granular about it, just look at your 500 tick chart right here, okay? It's a noisy chart, but boy, does it work. I mean, it works really, really, really good to get you out of trades and to make sure that you are on the right side of the trade too. So, you can use a 500 tick chart if you really want to fine tune your entry points. Use that bad boy right there too. But right now, price seems to be swinging to the downside right now. How are things looking at that level that we had on the... I'm just going to move this because if I minimize it, I'm going to lose it again. Right here. Look at this. Amazing, right? Boom, the end. And you perfectly caught it right here. So you could use these as reference points. Again, they're gamma, 0-day to expiration levels. Confirm with your CYMO, and guys, you'll have a killer setup. That's all I'm saying, Experiment with that. That is a very good question, Vivian. Do you think we'll see a bullish summer? My thoughts on that is that I think we're going to see increased volatility in the markets through the summer as a result primarily of the presidential elections. And with increased volatility, you're going to see more of a cyclic pattern of trading than you would otherwise. You'll see days when the market rallies. You'll see days when the market sells off. I think right now we're going to be in for a lot of sentiment-driven trading based on expectations for a rate cut, expectations for who's going to win the election, and anything else that might be floating around on the agenda right now throughout the summer. So you're going to see a lot of these swing type trades in the market where, the market will get cyclic and then it might swing up a little bit like this, or it just remain cyclic if it's lackluster and there's really no sentiment. So I think it's going to be really sentiment driven throughout the summer because of the pending events that you have. All of that's going to affect market investor sentiment, and so that's just going to cause markets to just cycle. So I think we're going to see a lot of cyclic activity in the summer versus a lot of the trending activity that we saw last year in the market. So it's going to be a very interesting market, I think, filled with a lot of potential opportunity to make money. And of course, on a daily basis, we'll see, we get sentiment reports through the briefing in the morning, and we kind of gauge to see what sentiment is going to be like on a day-to-day basis. And you'll see it changes every day. Every single day, you're going to have a different sway in sentiment. But unless we have major news, like a black swan event of some type, or something crazy happens, overseas, or Biden makes some crazy wartime decision that could really affect sentiment, I don't think you're going to see a major sell-off in the market. I think the Fed right now is holding the market on pins and needles, trying to maintain the sustainability of this long-term bull rally, just simply because a market in free fall during a presidential election doesn't bode well for the sitting president. So I think the markets, yeah, if you ask me if the markets are rigged, absolutely they are. They're rigged because nobody wants to have a sitting president, well, at least the Federal Reserve doesn't want to have a sitting president with a market that's just in free fall. So I think the market is being propped up by the forces to be. And so as traders, we don't have inside information on all that, but we can make trading decisions based on what we know each day. But in the overall scope of things, I think the market is just going to be propped up all the way through to the election. And you'll have these little pullbacks, these little cyclic swings, but lacking any major type of news event, I don't think the market's going to sell off hard. So guys, please tell me in the comment box, do you think the gamma expiration levels that I've got put up here on the cues are helpful to you in your trading? Are you using them yourselves? Would you like to see more of these in the live stream? Would you like to see these side by side next to the 15-minute the way I have them right now as we analyze potential setups? Is this something that moving forward you guys would like to see? Okay. Appreciate the feedback. Done deal. We'll make sure that it's implemented, and we'll have these up every day for you. We will have these up every day so you can actually have a visual comparison between the 15-minute, the 7-minute, and where these levels lie. Right here. So, you see this, it hit the 486.41 level, which was the one-day target based on option open interest right here. CYMO perfectly nailed it as well right there too. Now price is just slowly trickling back, slowly just retracing right here. I've got this other indicator right here, which is a low-pass filter that I developed to allow the low-pass component of frequencies to go through the price spectrum right here. It's a very complicated indicator, and so this really tracks price really good. And so if price ends up coming down to the 485 level, I really wouldn't be surprised. So let's see what happens. Yeah, and this is one, guys, just, FYI, I'm not going to convert over to NinjaTrader because in easy language, to put this one together, it was already complicated. So converting that to C# is even more complicated. So what do you do, guys, when momentum is elevated on the 15-minute, cycle has just crossed below the zero line, you've already reached this level, and you're itching to take a trade? What do you do when you see what you see on your screen right now? Do you sit and wait, or do you start thinking of what you're going to do to place a trade? And if so, what indications would you need to actually place a trade to either go long or short? Share your thoughts with me. So I had a question, is this a reversal to the downside? Not yet. And the reason it's not a reversal to the downside just yet is because momentum is still elevated and flat. So DG Optimist says short. Okay. Let me share this and I'll tell you why this is not a short setup with what you see. Even though you've got 2 bars on the 15-minute retracing and on the 7-minute, it looks like it may go to the downside. Is this the damping effect? Might be the damping effect. If this thing swings up and it goes up, it very well might be the damping effect in play. The momentum indicator is the yellow trace that you see right here on this left chart, on this left 15-minute chart. This is the momentum component of price. The blue line represents the cyclic component of price. But let me tell you why this is not a short setup. Okay, let me bring our 4-minute chart back into the screen. Okay, where's cycle? The cyclic component of price just bottomed out right here. Look at that. Okay. No, this indicator, the CYMO Pro, is available only on NinjaTrader. It's called the CYMO Pro, CYMO, and you can get it on NinjaTrader. Okay, there you go. This is the reason why this is not a short trade. Cycle just went down to the extreme, okay? And we know when that happens, what happens, okay? If momentum is on the service road right here, okay, and it's not trending above or below, what typically happens when momentum is on a service road and cycle bottoms out, okay? You guys know, type it in the comment box. Is this a trade set up to go short? I guess that would be the better question. Is this a trade set up to go short right here? If you saw this. It reverses. That's right. Yep. Napper Z, that's right. It reverses. You're going to have reversal of some kind or chop. Maybe the market goes sideways, but this is not a setup right here where you want to take this and go short. You're too late to the short. Your short trade would have began up here when cycle went this way. At this point, you're way late to the trade. If this is a high risk trade, I may as well send you my PayPal email address so you can wire me the money instead of losing it in the market, because this right here, even though you'll see movement like this of some type, okay, this is a high risk trade to the downside. I wouldn't take it, okay? I wouldn't take it. It will move, but it's not a high probability trade to the downside because you're already bottomed out. So let me just scoot this back a little bit, guys, because what we are looking at here, okay, is just a little bit of a price reversal right there, okay? Going back to that 4-minute right here again, okay? Yeah, momentum is falling, okay? When will this end? This ends when it comes out, okay? Right here. So yeah, you will have oscillation to the downside. But it's a high risk trade if you're thinking of going short. That's the point. All right. I'll leave this here for us to watch because we just had bar change on the 15-minute candle and no change to where momentum is at. It's still just going sideways. And what do we call this when the market goes sideways, guys? I call it chop zone. You can call it consolidation, you can call it range bound, call it whatever you want. My favorite term is chop zone because that's typically when, that's the area where you are going to get chopped up and lose money, okay? I think this might be setting itself up to potentially go long again, guys. Okay? But it might be a weak potential long trade. We'll see. 3:17 in the afternoon. Consider that it is Tuesday. Okay? The day before the market closes early tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very early session. You get a halt sometime around midday, and then Thursday the market is closed completely. Look, guys, I don't trade on shortened days, and I certainly don't trade on holidays when the futures market's open, because when the cash market is closed, there is low volatility, and it just doesn't make sense given the risk-reward profile of those trading days. So I'll take the day off and go spend it with my kid, do something else that's more, entertaining than watching a half-day trading session. All right, so it's not a day that I would encourage anyone to trade. So I need a favor, guys. Please. Today is the first day I'm actually using the TikTok live studio to stream my desktop. Before I was using my cell phone, and we were only getting like the cell phone version of the stream, and I had to move my phone around, which was kind of an inconvenience to some of you. And I finally got my stream to go live on the live studio for TikTok. So I'd love to get some feedback from you if you don't mind, and tell me what you think of today's stream, wherever it is you're watching it, and let me know if you like it. All right, Napper Z says this is so much better. Cool. Major improvement. Thanks, Vivian. Appreciate that. It's cool. Michael, thanks. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're always looking for ways to improve the stream, and I finally got this live studio thing working. And so from now on, we're gonna continue using it to do these live streams, because it is much better than using my cell phone to do this. So we're gonna do that. Done deal. Live studio moving forward, and we're also going to be including the gamma expiration levels like this. You're absolutely right. YouTube is cool, but it does have latency. And that's a known issue with YouTube. I've known about that for a while now. And that's why I prefer using TikTok to stream. But yeah, there's latency, and I think the latency is a few seconds on YouTube. And we still stream on YouTube. For those that don't have TikTok, they can watch on YouTube, right? But yeah, I prefer the TikTok studio. So we're going to continue. Hopefully everything works out with the TikTok studio. We'll continue using it for our live streams to enhance the user experience for the live streams, and then we'll continue plotting the gamma expiration levels in the same way that I am plotting them here on this chart for the Qs. Today it's about 3 minutes. Oh wow, 3-minute delay on YouTube, really? Wow. Yeah, that's the problem with YouTube. There's always latency on that platform. So yeah, I'll get you the gamma expiration levels, guys, on a daily basis. We'll plot them here, and we'll compare we'll do these side-by-side comparisons the way I did today with the 15-minute chart so you guys could see the accuracy of the CYMO Pro indicators relative to these levels being plotted on the chart for the Qs. And you'll see how accurate it is. It's amazingly accurate. So that's going to be fun to see in the days to come. So right now it's 3:23 Eastern, guys, and what's happening? Momentum is up. Cycle, it looks like it's about to do an about face right there, guys, and it looks like it is starting that movement. But what's interesting is this. Look, I'll show you right here. Okay, we love our 4-minute, don't we? Okay. Cycle came all the way down, and sure enough, you know, it pulled back a little bit to the upside, but right at the same time that it pulled up, you had momentum sinking to the downside, okay? Right there. So that's an area of caution right there, guys, because if momentum continues to sink to the downside, this thing may continue pulling back, and you might have 2 cyclic rotations right there. If price continues moving down. So it might just be cyclic. We'll watch it and we'll see where price moves. But if you notice, another thing too, right here, price didn't exactly come all the way to the 485 level. It came right close and it's there. So we'll see if it touches with that. Okay. This is one of my other precise algorithms that I developed right here. This one is it's exclusive to the 7-minute time frame on the on a chart for the Qs. Here we go. That's how it looks. It probably makes more sense to me than it does to you when you look at it. Here's something else you want to consider, guys. You know, as you begin to evolve in your trading, one of the things you definitely want to consider is your risk management in the process of knowing yourself as a trader. Okay, depending on what time frames you're trading, the time of day, which is very important. If you're more systematic like I am, you always monitor the times of day. For increased spikes in volatility, which typically happen from 3:30 to 4 p.m., right? And you start asking yourself, if I enter this trade, am I going to have enough time to get out of the trade? If you're primarily taking your cues from a 15-minute chart like this, okay, you are obviously limited in time right now because you've only got 2 more bars left. You got the 345 bar, and you've got the closing bar when the cash market closes at 4 p.m., right? So if you're wrong, if you took a trade right now at this next bar at 3:30 and you're wrong, oh, you are screwed because you're not going to have any more wiggle room to get out when the cash market closes at 4 p.m. Now, granted, the futures market closes at 4:15, so you might say, oh, well, I've got a little bit more time. Yeah, But what typically happens after the cash market closes? You get earnings announcements. You get all kinds of reports that come out, and that typically sways the market. It affects sentiment, and what you thought could have worked out between 3:30 and 4:15 may not work out the way you think because of the increased volatility that happens due to earning announcements being released right at the cash market when it closes. So those are high risks trading hours and trading time frames that you have to be mindful of. So if you're trading on a 15-minute time frame, you've only got 2 more bars to the end of the session. You may want to say to yourself, well, is this a high probability time frame for me to trade versus trading from, like, let's say 10 a.m. all the way to like 3 p.m. You got a bigger chunk right there, which is kind of like your sweet spot where you can place the vast majority of your trades. You've got more volume, and also consider the fact that you've got a holiday coming up, a shortened day tomorrow. The markets are closed Thursday for July 4th holiday. Is it really going to favor you to take a trade late in the afternoon on a Tuesday going into a holiday period? Those are things you need to evaluate as a trader to manage your risk. And I know some of you guys are cowboys and would say, no, I'll just take that one snip, that one little puff out that trade. Let me tell you, that one last trade that you think you're going to take before the holiday season, just to make you feel good, is that one trade that's going to do you in. It always happens, okay? So you have to be mindful of what's ahead of you to not make hasty decisions just because you need to make a certain amount of money on a daily basis, okay? Never focus on that. Forget the profit, guys. Focus on the process, focus on the time of day, and focus on being strategic in your approach to managing your risk profile when you look at the time of day and the type of instrument you're trading as well, okay? What do the purple and white lines indicate, is asked by Vivian. Okay, the white line right here on the 7-minute is just the volume weighted average price. That's all it is. Volume weighted average price right there typically acts as a level of support and resistance for a lot of traders, and it's just a nice thing it's just a visual to have. You see price, it hit the VWAP right here, and boom, it bounced back. The purple line is a little bit different. The purple line is a low-pass filter that I created to allow the low-frequency components of the spectrum to pass through. And that's what that is. People could look at that and say, oh, it's a moving average. It's definitely not a moving average. It's a completely different filter. So I use it mostly for analytic purposes of just determining potential reversal points and low frequency moving scenarios of price. That's all it is. Okay, so here you go, guys. We got the 330 candle. Okay, what is momentum doing? Momentum is still elevated. Momentum has not come down yet. Okay, has not come down right there. All right. And what did cycle do right here? All right, cycle. Actually, it didn't even come down to the threshold right there. Cycle kinked up. Okay, so this is potentially setting itself up for a reversal. Okay, as Vivian had pointed out earlier, she says, is this the damping effect? And it looks to me like it potentially might be, with one cycle here and a potential other cycle there. However, look at the time of day and look at the time frame on this chart. You've only got 2 more bars left. So I doubt you're going to get the full rotation in the 2 bars that are left to end the trend component of what you're seeing right now. What you may get right now at this stage of the time of the day is more cyclic rotation, sideways consolidation. In other words, more chop to the side, to the side, just simply because you're going into a holiday session beginning tomorrow, sometime at midnight, and ending Thursday at 5 p.m. when the futures market reopens. Okay, so because of that, I think a lot of the institutional traders are probably gone for the day, and you're not going to have enough time to see cycle swing up this way on the 15-minute candle. Okay. So that's what I am looking at right there. Now that's, if you're trading a 4-minute time frame, that's different, because then you're looking at different price markers on your chart right there. Okay, you got this bad boy right here. Okay, just went up, 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 up. Now it's all the way to the extreme right there. Okay, with momentum just barreling out right here. Does this mean potential movement to the upside? Yeah, it could potentially continue moving, but at the same time, you're already toppy here on the cycle. Okay. Yeah, and if you see, if you see the 4-minute, guys, price is really just struggling right there, because it is toppy. That is the end of the cyclic rotation right there to your upside. Placing a long trade right here is super high risk, because this thing could just turn down on you and you're done. And then you're going to have to live with that tomorrow and Thursday. Imagine that. So, hell no. You don't place long trades when you're up here, okay? And, one of the things I come on here to emphasize, guys, is not only how to spot really good trade opportunities to help you fine-tune your approach when you're trading, but also to help you understand what the high probability setups are, and also the setups that are not high probability, the setups that are going to potentially go against you. And it's all part of risk management. It's just not, a lot of people come online and they're like, oh yeah, I make 50 grand a day. They boast about how much money they're making on a trading day, but they never talk about managing risk. They never talk about what a bad trade trade setup looks like. Nothing, because most of those dudes don't have a system in place to trade. I point this out because I designed these indicators to be very robust, and I can tell you exactly when these indicators, when you're going to have potential turning points in price that are not good. So I try to educate you guys on what to look out for when using the CYMO Pro indicator. So yeah, right now it is toppy. It is toppy right here, okay? Price is struggling, okay? Look, if you look at the gamma level, you're right back where you were, how many bars ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7, 8 bars ago. You're right back at the same spot right there. And I'll put this here just for reference for you guys to see this play out, okay? Managing risk is key to your success, guys, and being traders, as well as managing your emotions too. But managing risk is a big thing. And if you're using outdated indicators, outdated tools of the past that are rendered useless in today's environment, you're going to get chopped up and spit out Trust me, you are. I've been doing this for more than 20 years, and I've developed a lot of tools in the process of, refining my approach and the tools that I use to trade. Okay, I'm just not some random dude that just popped up on TikTok. I've been at a trade desk. I've seen, I've managed traders. I've seen traders in all the mistakes that they've made. In the many years I've been doing this. Okay, so I can tell you things that work, things that don't work. Okay, and there's a lot of stuff that just simply does not work. Okay. Your RSIs, your stochastics, your simple moving averages, your EMAs, all that stuff is garbage, absolute garbage, and this is the stuff that most broker dealers will put in your toolkit to have you trade with. That stuff just doesn't work. I mean, let me just be blunt and honest. And there you go, right there. Look, you see, I mean, this thing right there, as soon as it kisses goodbye with momentum, you're done. There's not going to be any upside left to that. It's just going to vacillate and start going into chop zone again because it's late in the afternoon on a Tuesday, getting ready for a shortened holiday session Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, during the 2008 housing bubble, I was actually managing an options desk, and I remember, I clearly remember that period of time. It was a really rough period of time for a lot of people in the markets, and shortly after that, I went into doing high yield trust preferred and high yield bonds after I did my stint with the option desk. But it was a very tough time to trade because the markets were extremely volatile, very, very, very volatile. Very tough time to trade. But I remember 2008 like it was yesterday. And look at this right here. So you're seeing this. Okay, just watch. Let me just go back here. Right there. Finally caught up to it right there. Now you're just oscillating right there. If this thing breaks down from here, there's a good chance you're going to get retracement in price. Very, very good chance right there. Oops. Dang it. I hit the wrong button there. There we go. So let's watch that here on the 4-minute time frame. Hang on, guys. Put this bad boy up. There we go. We just got the bar change right there and plow. Okay. Very, very noisy bar coming down. Cycle just swung all the way down to the very extreme at the bottom right there. And, remember, I think it was last week sometime when you guys were all here, we saw that one bar. Do you remember that one bar that went down? I think it was 3:40, 3:45 in the afternoon. We were all sitting here, and all of a sudden you had a huge down bar in the 4 minute, and it just went all the way down. And we were watching it going like, holy smoke, what just happened there? It must have been a news event, right? And then we went and we saw on the 500 tick chart where that trade started and where it began, right? Whenever you start seeing these bars that come down like this, that just start to stretch out, and there's a little bit of more pickup, more volume in these bars right there. You want to see where this ends to see where this is going to reverse right here. Look, I'll show you right here. Look at this. You can see where cycle came down. Okay. You can see where cycle came down and ended right there. Look at that. Right at the zero line. Perfect end to this drop in price that you just saw right here at this bar on the 500 tick chart right there. Look at this. Perfect. So not only that, but you saw cycle dip all the way down to the bottom. So if you had any doubts in your mind as to what cycle was going to do when this bar, given the speed of which it dropped, okay, if you had any doubts in your mind of what cycle was going to do down here, all you needed to do was look at this 500 tick chart and saw that cycle had hit the zero line dead nuts on. Right here, look, at that bottom bar, take that right here, at this bottom bar, hit it dead nuts on right there at the zero line before retracing to the upside. Okay, that's the type of granularity that you could see on this 500 tick chart that you might not see on the 4-minute time frame right there. So I'll just scoot this back. Wow, I mean, you talk about noise, guys, really. I mean, look at this. You had a fast-moving bar. Okay, if you see that, reference your 500 tick chart, because chances are, if you see this going down as fast as it did, and you see cycle just sinking all the way to the bottom, hello, red flag, look at my 500 tick chart, because you want to see where the rotation is at, because this little bar right here, okay, this little bar right here is going to be a booger. Look at what it did. It went all the way up and came all the way down. Crazy, huh? It's just part of fine-tuning your approach, guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts or any questions you might have on today's trading action. And this is your time to get any clarity or deepen your understanding into any of the dynamics that we've talked about today as well. So don't be shy. Type up any question you might have in the comment box, and we can have a discussion here. And look at, guys, you see this, right? And the cycle came all the way down to the bottom. We know that cycle is going to move up, right? Look what's happening on the 7-minute chart right here, okay? Price is just going, price has actually been going sideways since about like a little before 3 p.m., 2:45 or 2:50 something p.m., and it's just going sideways right here. Look at that. Sideways chop, hitting the 1-day max move, and then just doing nothing right there. And let's just finish, we're going to finish this off with the 4-minute, okay? So I'll post a screenshot of this, okay, along with the entry points here on the 15-minute that coincide with the levels here shown on the 7-minute for the Qs on the Discord channel after we're done, okay? So later on today, I'll post that there, and you can... I'd highly encourage you to go on that Discord channel and analyze this, okay? Because it'll help you understand what to look for in reference from one chart to the next. All right, so I'll post that later today on the Discord channel, and I'll leave it there for you guys to examine and analyze, okay? And again, if you're not part of our Discord group, the link is in my bio. Just go ahead and click on it, and you can join the group. And there's no charge to join, okay? Also, for you guys who are in attendance today, first of all, thank you. I know you've got a lot of options, but I really thank you for being here. I also want to make sure you get a free copy of my latest book called How to Lose Money Trading. All right, and you can grab that book by going to the link in my bio and clicking on CYMO indicators, and once you're there, you'll get a slider. Just go ahead and hit download, and you'll download it as a PDF. It's an ebook, and it's my gift to you for being in attendance and for being a great crowd in today's trading session, okay? And guys, I will be back again Friday at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern, to have another fun session and talk about trade setups, the CYMO, 0-day to expiration options, just a bunch of stuff. Every day it's a new learning experience, and there's always something new here on this channel. Wow, you talk about you talk about being cautious. We know, okay, you guys know from having watched me now for a while that whenever cycle comes down, these are not short setups. Okay, you get these price reversals, and after 3:30, you get these crazy price spikes and these down spikes and up spikes because you have heightened volatility, especially going into the last 10 minutes of the close for the cash market. Ah, Samba Barbie. That's a cool name. Yeah, appreciate the feedback, Barbie. I'm glad you're making good use of the CYMO Pro indicators. All right, guys, we are going into the close of today's session. I will highlight the 15-minute chart and the entries the CYMO gave you relative to the gamma expiration levels on the Q chart. Okay, and I'll post those on TikTok for you guys to see. I'll post references to the 4-minute as well, and I'll leave that later on there after I grab lunch, so you guys could see. Now, we're almost there to the close, guys. Almost at the close. Now, if you're keen to dive deeper and you want to take this bad boy for a test drive, don't forget to sign up for the 7-day free trial of the CYMO Pro. You can grab it through the link in my profile, or if you prefer going through NinjaTrader, either way, it'll lead back to the same landing page. You can grab it, take it for a 7-day test drive, but I will just put this out there. If you are going to take this thing for if you are going to take it for a 7-day test drive, at least give yourself the opportunity to join me in a one-on-one session, so we can go over some customizations and some personalizations that will help you make the most of the CYMO Pro indicator. Okay. So here we go, guys. Look at this. You just saw this bad boy right here, circle back, and boom, pop. That was fun to watch. And again, anytime you see these type of bars, reference your 500 tick chart. That's what I do. I've got it on a different workspace. I always look at it, and you wouldn't believe how helpful it is. It's a very helpful chart. Look at that. You're getting that last minute push up, guys, right there. Came down from the bottom right there, going up. I mean, if you're a cowboy and you're willing to trade at this time, this was your trade setup right here. The moment this thing just kinked up, that was your trade setup to the long side. Not my trade, not for this time of day. Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining today's session. This is session's almost over in 4 minutes. Remember, every trading day offers new lessons and opportunities, especially when you're equipped with the right tools and knowledge. All right, don't be afraid. Take the 7-day trial for the CYMO Pro. I appreciate all the likes, the shares, and the engaging questions today. You guys are an awesome crowd. And tomorrow, just remember, it's a shortened day. The markets are closed on Thursday. I'll be back on Friday for another fantastic session together with you guys. Until then, happy trading and be careful, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow in the one-on-one sessions. All right? Thanks again.